Midnight Sun, Chapter 1, First Sight. This was the time of day I wished I were able to sleep. Take a drink.
Why?
Because we lost the will to live.
Fair enough.
This was the time of day I wished I were able to sleep. High school. Or was purgatory the right word? No, I'm pretty sure high school is the right word, given that it was a school. If there was any way to atone for my sins...
And most of the students are probably high.
If there was... That should be if there were. If there were to have been any
Subjunctive.
way... Subjunctive, motherfuckers. That's appalling. Were there to have been any way to atone for my sins, this ought to have counted towards the tally in some measure. That's 3 grammar mistakes, and we're on the 4th line.
Not bad.
The tedium was not something I grew used to. Every day seemed more impossibly monotonous than the last. I suppose this was my form of sleep. If sleep were defined as the inert state between active periods... Subjunctive. Between active periods. So are we reading some kind of menstruation thing?
Menstruation?
Menstruation. Sleep is the inert state between Edward's active periods. If we read it assuming that, it can only be more fun. I stared at the cracks running through the plaster in the far corner of the cafeteria, imagining patterns into them that were not there. It was only a way to tune out the voices that babbled like the gush of a river inside my head. Yeah.
That's a bit of a run-on sentence there.
It really is. Several hundred of these voices I ignored out of boredom. My God, this guy mopes. When it came to the human mind, I'd heard it all before and then some. Today all thoughts consumed the trivial drama of a new addition to the small student body here. It took so little to work them all up. I'd seen the new face repeated in thought after thought from every angle, just an ordinary human girl. The excitement over her arrival was tiresomely predictable, like a flashing, shiny object at a child. You pretentious cuntbag. Half the sheep-like males were already imagining themselves in love with her, just because she was something new to look at. I tried hard to tune them out.
Whereas, he's really in love with her.
Oh, he's totally in love. It takes him at least half an hour to fall in love.
Of course.
It might even have been 35 minutes.
Ooh.
I know. So this is a terrible lesson.
Whereas true males like us, we tend to take an hour to fall in love with someone.
6 matter. Well, what can I say? Ollie and I are feminists.
Yes.
After all, men can be feminists. Anything you can do, we can do better.
Them bitches deserve respect.
Bitches will get all the respect.
Gotta love them hoes.
This is irony. Please understand the irony. Oh God, please get the irony.
And if you feel like sending hate mail or letter bombs,
Alex Hampton
in Sevenoaks. Hold on, you had the same thought as me.
Like Edward motherfucking Cullen.
And I appreciate that only 3 or 4 people have actually seen this, and out of them only 1 or 2 of them know who Hampton is. But trust me, he's worse than us.
He's worse than Edward Cullen. We don't like him.
Except if Hampton, you're watching this, yeah, we love you. Have that.
You go, bro.
Yeah. I think we're cool.
We pretty much covered that whole thing. We did not offend or upset anyone there. Were we reading a book at some point?
Yes.
Yes. Only 4 voices that I block out of courtesy rather than distaste. My family, my 2 brothers and 2 sisters who were so used to the lack of privacy in my presence that they rarely gave it a thought. I gave them the privacy I could. I tried not to listen if I could help it. Try as I may still. I knew. Rosalie was thinking as usual about herself. She caught sight of her profile in the reflection of someone's glasses and was mulling over her own perfection. Rosalie's mind was a shallow pool of a few surprises. Wow, I thought we were sexist.
A shallow person who only cares about appearance and a Stephanie Meyer work?
That's appalling.
I know. Anyway.
We've gone to 1 page and the only female character only cares about her appearance. This is genuinely more sexist than we were being, and we were being ironic.
Yes. Anyway, my turn to read.
You get the wine then.
Okay. Emmett was fuming over a wrestling match he had lost to Jasper during the night.
Sorry.
I don't know who either of those people are, and I don't care.
No, Jasper's pretty.
Is he?
Yes.
Alright, I'll take your word for it.
Basically, Jasper's the pretty boy, Emmett's the bear.
Okay. I'm just now picturing Jasper being some kind of Japanese androgynous person, and Emmett being an actual bear.
If you've seen the film, that's pretty much it.
Fair enough.
We should watch the film later.
I'm gonna go no. It would take all his limited patience to make it to the end of the school day to orchestrate an orgy. I mean, rematch.
Motherfucker.
I never really felt intrusive hearing Emmett's thoughts, because he never thought one thing that he would not say aloud or put into action.
Well, the depth of thought already displayed in this novel is astonishing. Given a chance to explore the human mind in a kind of Virginia Woolf stream of consciousness kind of way, we've really plumbed the depths of fuck all here and gone for tired cliches. And I respect that, because the cliches are tired like Edward is tired.
Perhaps I only felt guilty reading the others' minds because I knew there were things there that they wouldn't want me to know. If Rosalie's mind were subjunctive, if Rosalie's mind were a shadow pool, then Emmett's was a lake with no shadows, glass clear. Does that make sense?
No, you're the physicist. You tell me how shadows work.
Well, no, it's just in terms of structure.
Well, she's a puddle and he's a lake, and we can make sex jokes.
Well, no, just was a lake with no shadows, comma, glass clear.
Alright, so hold on. It should be a semicolon, that's a comma splice right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dialogue! The things in italics, the kind of dialogue, but like thinky dialogue.
And Jasper was suffering. I suppressed a sigh.
Edward!
Alice called my name in her head and had my attention at once. It was just the same as having my name called out aloud. I was glad my given name had fallen out of style lately. It had been annoying. Anytime anyone thought of any Edward, my head would turn automatically. Because Edward, nowadays, no one calls their kid Edward.
No one is called Edward. That's it, yeah. It's shocking.
It's gone the way of Cecil or
Jesus.
Yeah. Well, no, in Hispanic countries, Jesus is quite common.
Jesus, well, I guess that's a lesson not to be a mind-reading vampire called Jesus in Spain. See, we're learning. Children, we are learning. We learn all the things.
My head didn't turn now. Alice and I were good at these private conversations. It was rare that anyone caught us in our private telepathic communications that no one can intercept. I kept my eyes on the lines in the plaster.
How is he holding up?
She asked me. I frowned. Just a small change in the set of my mouth. He's deep.
He's deep. He's deep in the lake. He's like a loch.
Nothing that would tip the others off. I could easily be frowning out of boredom. Or, just the sheer weight of my angst.
Angst to make Anakin Skywalker look like Mr. T.
Alice's mental tone was alarmed now, and I saw in her mind that she was watching Jasper in her peripheral vision.
Is there any danger?
She searched ahead into the immediate future.
She can read the future, by the way.
Okay, that was well established.
I think you're supposed to have read the first book first, or seen the film, or like read 50 Shades of Grey.
Yeah, but why do I do any of those things?
Because it's established we hate ourselves.
Fair point. She searched ahead into the immediate future, skimming through visions of monotony for the source behind my frown. I turned my head slowly to the left, as if looking at the bricks of the wall, sighed, and then to the right. Back to the cracks in the ceiling. Only Alice knew I was shaking my head. She relaxed.
Let me know if it gets too bad.
I moved only my eyes up to the ceiling above and back down. So at present he's just gone.
No, he's only moving his eyes, bro. He's just rolling his eyes. He's like.
So he's a crazy person.
He's a crazy person.
I moved only my eyes up to the ceiling above and back down.
Thanks for doing this.
I was glad I couldn't answer aloud. What would I say? My pleasure.
Now, better voice than that.
Let's think. My pleasure. It was hardly that. I didn't enjoy listening to Jasper's struggles. Was it really necessary to experiment like this? Wouldn't the safer path be to just admit that he might never be able to handle the first the way the rest of us could, and not push our limits? Why flirt with disaster?
Join us in the next video for part 2 of Max and Ollie Do This Thing. Bye!
Bye.